Hi Scorpio, this is Tracy from Northeast Tarot and welcome to your monthly tarot forecast. This is for the month of February 2016 for Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, and Scorpio Rising signs. So Scorpio, let's get started. All right, Scorpio. So at the bottom of the deck, I do have the Emperor. So this is you being very much in control. This is the overall energy, Scorpio, for the entire month of February. So I feel like you're very empowered. You're coming in very strong. The Emperor represents the authority figure. So this is the person, the boss. This is the person who likes to be in control. So I feel like you're very much in control of things that are taking place or things that are going on within your life. I'm just trying to move these cards over for you, Scorpio. Okay. Yeah, so, you know, the Emperor also represents, you know, you being very practical, very grounded, you know, you being very wise, making, you know, great decisions. This can be, you know, people coming to you seeking advice. Yeah, the Emperor represents success, prosperity. So, and I do see success kind of written all over this reading. This is a wonderful spread that you have here, Scorpio. All right, so coming up right at the center, so this is the current situation. We have the Ace of Swords. So this is wonderful. This is you perhaps maybe seeing the truth. This can represent, you know, you cutting to the truth of the matter. This can be you actually just seeing the truth, seeing things clearly. This is a card of victory as well, and this wouldn't have been like the easiest victory to obtain. This would have been something you might have had to fight for. But, you know, still a victory is a victory. This is beautiful. This can also sometimes represent a new beginning, but this would be like the initial spark. This would be the thought or the inspiration that just kind of occurs to you, and it actually sets in motion the things that, you know, come about, that things that take place that lead up to a beautiful new beginning. But I feel like for many Scorpios, this is you being victorious in regards to maybe a move, because I have the World here. So the World can represent traveling, moving. This represents a very long cycle, a chapter within your life coming full circle and finally, you know, ending. Something is completed. So, you know, you're now starting a new cycle within your life. This is a card of rebirth. So, you know, this could be you being victorious in regards to travel, you being victorious in regards to something finally completing, something finally coming full circle, and you're now able to start a new chapter of your life. You're now able to, you know, start a new beginning, be reborn. Now at the foundation, I do have 3 of Rods, which is, you know, you working very hard. This is, you know, things finally taking root. This is a very stable, secure energy. So this is you, you know, working very hard and you finally seeing that positive progression. You finally seeing the payoff for all of your hard work and your efforts. So things around you are expanding, they're growing to new levels, but there is still more work that needs to be done. But this is you absolutely, you know, seeing things start to move forward. They feel more secure. Things are now finally growing and expanding because of that hard work that you've put in. In the recent past, I do have the Strength card. So you had to be very strong in the recent past, Scorpio. This is you having to be courageous. This is you having to perhaps go within and rely upon that inner strength. This can also be you having to be patient with something. Now, what's crowning you and what you're thinking about is, I have the Hermit here. So you could be very intuitive, you could be very spiritual. The Hermit's, you know, very intuitive, he's very spiritual. You know, this represents introspection, spending time alone, going within, looking to your inner knowing for guidance, for advice. So, you know, because this is crowning you, perhaps, Scorpio, you want to spend some time alone. At you know, one point during the month, you might prefer to spend some time alone. Yeah, you know, I think that this is very good for you. I think if it's done in excess, then, you know, it can be, there's a thin line between, you know, maybe being a little depressed and isolating yourself. But I don't feel like that for you. I feel like this is going to be good for you, spending some time alone. You know, thinking about everything, maybe thinking how far you've come. I know that you've had to be very strong in the past. Now, in the near future, I have the Hierophant. So, you know, this card can represent marriage, traditional values, commitments, large companies, government. This can represent having to do a lot of paperwork. So, you know, if you are moving, for some Scorpios, this can be you having to do a lot of paperwork coming up in the near future. This can also, you know, have something to do with a company, especially if you work for a large company. This could be you conforming to a particular situation. This can be you being very traditional. Now, your power in the situation, this is the position of your power. You have the Hanged Man. So I think that you're seeing things from a different perspective than maybe you once were, just by the other cards that you have here. I don't think this is like, you know, things being at a standstill or things not moving forward. You know, that Hanged Man can really represent that period of suspense and feeling blocked and like you're not moving forward. No, because this is in the position of your power. I feel like because you are spending some time alone, because you are very much in control, because you have a victory with, you know, some sort of new cycle that's starting in your life and you've worked very hard, I think that you might see things differently than how you once did. Because this card really represents, you know, self-sacrifice, but also a fresh perspective. So I think for many Scorpios, what this is saying is that you are seeing things from like a fresh perspective. There could be some Scorpios maybe sacrificing something, absolutely, but I don't think it would be anything negative whatsoever. Now, how other people around you are viewing you, I have the Eight of Cups. So this is, for me, this is a very nice card because this is you moving towards your future. This is another card of movement. So, you know, people around you could see you physically moving, or people around you could be literally just see you moving forward with your life. Maybe this fresh perspective has something to do with it. There could be some Scorpios that are leaving something behind that no longer serves them. But either way, it's a very positive card because you're ready. You're leaving the past behind. You're absolutely ready to just move on with your life, and that's what people are seeing you do. Now, in your hopes and fears, and this is definitely a hope, you're hoping for that divine guidance. You have the Star here. So this is your angels and your spirit guides around you, with you. They're leading you. They're protecting you. So this is beautiful. This is also a wish fulfillment card, so you could very much be hoping for some sort of wish come true. But this is a card that comes in when we are feeling a little hopeless. We are maybe losing faith with something. The Star comes in, offers reassurance, and lets you know that you do have some beautiful things coming in for you. You know, you have to remain positive. You have to remain hopeful. This is, you know, your angels, your spirit guides, you know, they're with you. They're divinely guiding you. Now, as a final outcome, Scorpio, I have the Page of Swords. And honestly, for me, this particular card represents news, represents communication coming through. But for me, if it is news or communication coming through, you know, for me is very much a neutral card. It doesn't necessarily represent good news, and it doesn't necessarily represent bad news. It could be either or. You have to kind of judge that on your feeling with the card, but also the other cards that surround it. So, you know, this can also be you seeing things clearly, you cutting through the fog, cutting through the smoke. Yeah, seeing things crystal clear. But I did want some clarity, so I drew some additional cards. And I think that you do have some good news coming to you, Scorpio, because the two additional cards that I pulled was the Six of Pentacles and then the Ace of Rods. So definitely good news. You can very much be seeing something clearly. The Six of Pentacles represents giving and receiving. So, you know, this good news can absolutely have something to do with career. Can absolutely something to do with, for some Scorpios, you receiving something. I do see a lot of balance coming in. You could be receiving something. There could be someone very generous with you, or you could actually be, you know, very generous. You could be giving something to somebody. But if you are receiving something, Scorpio, I also have the Ace of Rods here. So maybe you're receiving, you know, maybe this is very good news coming in with the Page of Swords, and maybe, you know, you're actually receiving an opportunity to start something new with the Ace of Rods here. This, you know, for me, this is a card that represents passion. So this could be something you're very passionate about. For some Scorpios, it can absolutely be something you are wishing for. But this is a card of passion. This is a card of excitement. This is a card of being very creative. So, you know, this is some sort of new beginning that absolutely can be coming in. So you're leaving the month of February, going into March, perhaps starting something new, something you're very passionate about. You know, this could be you receiving the opportunity. You know, whatever this is, it's going to bring in a lot of financial balance. Yeah, so this is honestly, this is a great spread. You know, victory right at the center here. So right at the start. This can also be you seeing things clearly. I do, you know, get that with the Hanged Man here as well, seeing a fresh perspective. But I think it's going to be, honestly, it's going to be a great month for you. Let me draw you an additional guidance card. And because it is February, Scorpio, I decided to use my Romance Angels Oracle deck just because we do have Valentine's Day this month. So please show me some additional guidance for Scorpio for February 2016. Please show me an additional message for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Please show me some additional guidance for Scorpio for February 2016. Here we go. Oh, 2 cards came out. You get 2. Oh my goodness. Scorpio, if you only knew how many times I've seen this, I swear you're about the fifth sign who's gotten this month. Let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So this card is about trusting the universe, trusting your angels and your guides. You know, let go of control issues, kind of go with the flow. And if you can't relate to this in regards to love and romance, I'm sure this will have some sort of you can relate to this in some other area of your life. This doesn't necessarily have to be for just, you know, relationships. So, you know, this is all about trust. Let go of control issues. Trust your angels and your spirit guides. Just kind of go with the flow. And then we have honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So for those coupled Scorpios, you know, maybe your significant other is planning something for Valentine's Day, even if it was like one night, you know, overnight somewhere, or a weekend getaway. This is very nice. Honeymoon. Enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So this could be you doing something special for Valentine's Day. Even if you're just dating, if someone asks you out, you know, this could be saying that you guys just have a wonderful time together. Just enjoy it. So very, very nice. All right, so what a nice reading, Scorpio. I do hope you enjoyed this reading, and I just hope you have a great February.